when I teach my seminars around the country, the one of the things I try to do is teach guys how the first thing you have to learn is defense. The most important thing is defense. Not to get hit, how not to get taken down, how to stay out of submissions. After that, you can work your offense.
And look how stocky Fujita is, but how quick.
He's amazingly fast for his size. It's one of the things that's he's freakishly fast for his size.
And Eldari, two-time medalist in wrestling. I don't think he wants to throw any strikes here at Fujita. I think he just wants to take him down.
Yeah, he's trying to find a way in as quickly as he can to take this guy down.
Fujita's,
I got to be honest with you, this is my early in the fight. I'm looking at it quickly. I'm thinking Fujita's going to knock Eldari out here sometime in the first round.
You don't even think he's going to make it 10 minutes into this fight, do
No,
you?
if he keeps standing like this, there's no way. It's not going to happen.
How many fighters have you seen with their left arm just stiff like that?
Not since the 20s when Queensberry rules came in for boxing.
Maybe could be an inauspicious debut should he keep that left arm extended like that. Fujita loves that takedown, but he might not even have to go there. He's in his first fight since losing to the middleweight champ Vanderlei Silva, who we'll see in February in Las Vegas. And those quick uppercuts, I got to tell you, Eldari right here, if at his best, he's going to avoid that. If anyone remotely lands, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to hurt, too, because if you're not used to getting punched, the first really, really big, solid punch you get ruins you.
Fujita seems like he's close to landing one, and he gets him with one.
Geez,
Eldari's down. This fight is almost over. Now it's over. 2 minutes, 8 seconds into the first round. Eldari Cortinez, an inauspicious debut in 5 fighting championships. Fujita moves to 7-3.
Well, you know what? It's tough for a guy to have his first fight ever is against Fujita, especially when you're at 34 years old making that first fight. You want to step into against a guy like Fujita. That's a tough bout for anybody to step into, let alone a guy that's never fought before. You know, you got to give him props for stepping into the ring and really trying to have a fight, really trying to make this happen. But a guy like Fujita is too athletic, too big, too strong, has too much experience at this fight game.
And a fight like that, you knew it was only a matter of time. He missed a couple haymakers. Trick, take us through it.
He's stepping in here. He's going to come with that uppercut that bangs him. He turned. That was the first big punch to hit him right on the nose. He's never been hit before. I mean, I'm sure pain shot all the way through his face. The first time I really got hit in my nose, it sent shockwaves through my body. Thank goodness, though, I was so young. He's already grabbing a hold of his face, looking for a way out of it. Now he's going to get pummeled. He had to tap out on the other side to get out of this fight. Fujita was going to step up and start stomping on him. As you see him go up here, the ref has to keep him from hitting him. Really, it's tough to fight a guy like Fujita.
Fujita thanking the fans. And wishing them very appropriately a Happy New Year.
Fujita, again, like I said earlier, twilight of his career, coming on the end of it. Great competitor, had some tough lumps. He's in a position where he has to fight a lot of tough guys. It makes it very difficult for a guy like that to battle it out. But, he's doing an okay job. I like to see him battle up. He's got a couple more good fights in him still.
Well, the report on paper on Fujita, not a great technical fighter, but boy, does he hit hard. Trick, we may be 2 minutes, 8 seconds late in getting this out, but boy, did we see what he was made of there with those strikes.
That overhand right that he threw in the first 5 seconds, if that had landed, the fight would have been over there. He's not very technical like you said in his boxing, but he hits so effing hard. It's amazing how hard he hits for his size. He even hits, he's only 232, I believe, Rob, is what you said.
Yeah.
But he hits like he's 260, 270. Not technical, but can crush you if you're not paying attention and will break your jaw if you're not looking for it to happen.
Fujita bounces back to that loss to the middleweight champ Vanderlei Silva in Pride Critical Countdown back in July. And Trig, when you see a guy strike like that and make such easy work of an opponent, how did he lose to Vanderlei Silva?
Well, also to look at the opponent, LA is not that very good an opponent, and Vanderlei is so tough, just so tough.
He's the most vicious fighter in all of MMA.
Stop, another stop, finish!
31 wins.
Big left hook by Silva!
21 knockouts.
Has been knocked out!
Pride is Pride 33. Vanderlei Silva. Premiering February 24th on pay-per-view.
I am fairly confident there is no way that Gomi can finish me on the ground. I want to make sure that this fight is definitely exciting. I would try my best not to let the fight go to a decision. I will try my best to submit him or knock him out.
If for Ishida to beat him, what's the only way that Ishida could do it, in his opinion?
勝ち目ない。そんなこと答える選手いないでしょ。試合の前に。
No way Ishida can beat me, and I think no fighter would answer to that kind of question before the fight is.
Okuna 168センチ 72.9 キロ Ishida
Mitsuhiro Ishida, 14-2-1 in MMA, 4-0 in Pride from Japan, 5'6", 154 pounds. Takanori Gomi in the other corner, 25-3, 12-1 in Pride. The Fireball Kid, born in Tokyo, stands at 5'6", weighs 154 pounds. Gomi has never lost to a Japanese fighter for Ishida Trig, the biggest fight of his career.
He's got to bring it if he wants to beat this guy. I think he's got the skills. He's going to take down early and start his ground and pound.
We expect Gomi to come out with guns blazing as he always does.
Ready, fight!
Absolutely. Oh, no handshake
They know,
before.
it looked like Ishida put out the touch gloves. Gomi rejected him. Gomi a little bit cocky here like he was against Aurelio.
A little bit. He looks like he's starting off that way. Let's see what happens. But Ishida's doing the nice left leg kicks. Early, I'm kind of surprised he's coming that high because the height difference. Gomi is so tall.
Ishida with a good wrestling ability, trying to get to the ground and pound. Might that be his only chance of winning this fight? Gomi is such a good striker.
Not his only chance, but it's definitely his best chance, that's for sure. I mean, you can always catch somebody coming in or catch him with a head kick. But Gomi's so strong, so confident in his stand-up game.
Quick strike ability of Gomi. And he lands one on Ishida, puts him down on the ground.
Put him down early.
Hey, gets a leg, they're in the corner.
Oh, wow, he caught him.
And Ishida might be a little bit shaken up from that one. But Gomi just hammering away, just driving him right to his head, Trig.
Wow, oh, geez, look at those 3, 4, 5. They got to step in and stop this. It's going to be quick.
Another kick by Gomi. More hammer strikes.
That's it, it's over. Oh, my God.
Wins this fight, a non-title lightweight bout. And the biggest fight of Ishida's career ends after just 1 minute, 14 seconds.
I can't believe that. I knew this fight was going to be full of just dynamite and full action. I had no idea that Gomi would come out that quick and that hard. I totally thought that Ishida, he should have established the takedown game a lot earlier, try to stand there and swing with him, and just got the crap kicked out of him.
What a statement fight this was for Takanori Gomi. Didn't do anything for about the first 20 seconds, and he just landed haymakers left and right, or left and left and left, if you will. Take a look at this.
Gomi's trying to step over a little bit into the cocky zone now. He's trying to swing up there a little bit too much. We need to find a lightweight guy to go ahead and bang him out. I thought Ishida would be able to put him down. It didn't happen. I think our boy Gil Melendez is going to have to be the next guy to try to put a swing at him and try to put his jaw in the head.
Do you think Melendez is sitting in his locker room right now, maybe watching a little bit of Gomi's antics after ending this fight after a minute 14 seconds? Actually, Melendez right here and is sitting here in the crowd watching this.
He came out here from his locker room to take a look at it. You see this big overhand left. Stunned him, and he came right back. The thing that Gomi does very well is he throws combo when he throws punches, and so he caught him with both punches. The left comes in, and then the right comes in right after it. He catches that kick, left on the jaw, and the right comes in right after it and smacks him again and puts him down.
And Gomi hits guys with a closed fist where it sounds like he's just slapping him with an open hand. We didn't really hear that one, but boy, oh boy, did he just land it.
He hits so hard. He's such a strong competitor. You see it from the ref cam that he's just pounding away. There's no defense at all on Ishida's part. He didn't even try to defend himself.
Ishida makes his way to his feet now to go over and shake hands with the members of Gomi's corner.
You know, Gomi is such a strong competitor, and I really think the fans can get behind a guy like that with a strong punching power and his ability to try to develop and increase himself between every fight. He lost to Aurelio by arm triangle choke. He came right back and defended it, and it was albeit a really boring match. But he came back after Aurelio to get his belt and maintain it, and now he went after Ishida. You see here, he just pounded him into submission. Didn't give him a chance to mount any kind of offense. It would be great to see a guy like Gomi in America.
Gomi is a guy we may see in America February 24th on Pride 33, the second coming. February 24th, we just said the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Middleweight champion Vanderlei Silva will defend his belt in a 5-round title fight. Tickets going on sale less than a week, Trig. Get them online at pridefc.com or at 866-US-FIGHT. This is the year for Pride Fighting Championships.
He's the most vicious fighter in all of MMA.
Stop, another stop, and he is finished!
31 wins.
Big left hook by Silva!
21 knockouts.
Jointer Jetson has been knocked out!
Pride's middleweight champion, Vanderlei Silva, is coming to America.
And now, he snipes him again!
Live from the Thomas and Mack Center, Las Vegas. Pride 33. Vanderlei Silva. Premiering February 24th on pay-per-view.
James Thompson in the blue corner, 12-5 in MMA, 3-2 in Pride stands, 6'4", 264 pounds. He's 28 years of age, the Super Mega Pump.
180cm, 105kg,
Hidehiko Yoshida, 7-4-1 in MMA. In Pride, 6-4-1, 5'11", 220. He's 37 years of age, has 9 years of experience on Thompson. Tonight, going without the gi, Trig.
Very surprising. Usually wears that gi, actually. When he was with our interview with us, I asked him if he was going to wear the gi or not. He asked me what I preferred. I said I like him better in the gi, and obviously he doesn't like me, and he didn't wear it.
You said before he uses that to his advantage sometimes. How is that?
Well, he has a strong judo background. Of course, winning the Olympic gold medal in 92. He has that ability where he actually knows how to use the gi to choke and to submit.
Get ready for a gong and dash here. There goes the bell, and there goes Thompson right at him with a flying knee. He gets a hold of Yoshida.
This is gonna be interesting now. This is Yoshida's game right here. He's locked up nice and tight. Oh, geez, great throw. Classic. That, obviously there's a reason why he was so good at judo.
That's safe for the strength of Yoshida. 220 pounds. Thompson, 44 pounds heavier, 264.
Yeah, this is definitely a big weight disadvantage for Yoshida, but it's not obviously a disadvantage right now with Thompson on his back.
The level of confidence for Thompson.
Right into the arm bar. He rolled right into the arm bar. He's sitting up. He's got a tight position. Nice counter to the arm bar, but he still has a little bit. Now he's out. Okay. Right to the knee bar. Good job, by Yoshida using his. Now he's switching into an Achilles lock.
Thompson trained on the knee bar, spent 9 weeks in California with Eric Paulson, the trainer of Josh Barnett, worked out with those guys.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks, Robbie. He actually has worked in this position before. I completely forgot about that. So he's not as much danger as I thought he had, because before he went out there, he had no clue on how to stop knee bars or ankle locks. And Barnett and Paulson, Barnett being one of the best practitioners in it, Paulson being one of the coaches at it.
Well, in the first minute and a half, we see that training coming to fruition here against Yoshida.
He's doing a good job. He's got to start punching a little bit more down, though. He's got to get his leg back. He's still in a real bad position because Yoshida has his leg tied up. You can't really tell from this camera angle, but he's got his ankle still tied up a little bit.
Had a couple strikes and a cut on the forehead of Yoshida.
Not sure.
Or scratch, maybe.
Yeah, more of a scratch right now. Hasn't quite turned into a cut, but give it a little bit. See, he still has that ankle. He's still locked out. He's nice and high. See, he's really down by the heel. He's starting to extend it. See, the face
Thompson
on Josh
like
is caught.
Look at his face.
The ref has already said he's caught. The ref yells catch when he sees the position is tight. Oh, good job getting out of it. Oh, my
Big
goodness.
right by Yoshida, lands right on the left side of the face. Another.
Oh,
and
no,
another.
Thompson's got to get
He's
his
gonna
guard
kick
up.
in the corner, and he's just throwing haymakers at Thompson, similar to a hockey fight here.
Thompson's got to get his hands up. He's letting Yoshida control the pace by pushing him out. There's no way a guy that outweighs you by 44 pounds should be, that you outweigh by 44 pounds, should be pushing the pace. You should have him all over the ring.
And as strong a guy as Thompson is,
Thompson, he's so big.
Shouldn't allow this.
No, not at all. Not even close. He needs to push himself, get himself off this ring, get himself out of the corner, turn himself off, out of the corner, and get Yoshida against the corner.
Better on his feet, Thompson is, than he is on the ground. But still, when you start taking punches to the grill like that, now he's trying to take him down, doesn't really get it. Another big right.
This is really bad for Thompson. He's not doing. There we go. Much better now. Now he's going to get his punching off.
Oh, there's a big left that just landed on Thompson there, Trig. And Yoshida has traded blows with the best of them. I don't think he's worried about James Thompson as he throws another right into his face.
Yeah, he did. He stood right in front of Vanderlei Silva, swinging back as he's doing it again here, pushing Thompson around. And the thing about judo players is that they're like wrestlers. They're very, very aggressive. Oh, lost the mouthpiece there. They're very, very aggressive and like to push the pace, which is what he's doing. Now, both these guys didn't know they were fighting until about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, 10
so
days.
I'm worried about their shape.
There's a throw.
But Thompson this time tried to put his weight on it. Didn't really work as well. He almost countered it, but he didn't quite get it. He's got his head caught now. Yoshida's in a good position to swing over for an armbar.
And Yoshida said he wasn't in the best of shape in our meetings going into this fight, finding out just 10 days ago Thompson maybe had a little bit of a better edge here. How important is the short fight stuff here?
Well, you know what? The thing is that with guys like Yoshida, guys like Thompson, they train all the time. That's one of the things that makes a guy in Pride, such a good competitor, is that they're always ready to fight. They're always looking, they have an idea. Hey, New Year's Eve is coming up. I think they got a spot for me in the car. They start to get, oh, look at him. He's getting ready to work this Kimura right now. It's behind his back. He's got him. He's got to turn over.
Thompson might be done here.
Thompson's got to pop out. He's got his legs crossed out, so he's got his head caught. The only way Thompson is out now, he's got to roll over again. And now he's really got to straighten his arm. He's got to straighten his arm out. He's got to get it back on top of his stomach. There he goes.
Thompson do it with sheer strength here.
Great job. Yeah, he has to. There's no way for him to get out of this. He needs to keep kneeing. He needs to keep kicking in this position because he's in a lot of trouble. See how Yoshida has his ankles crossed right here?
Yep.
He's almost got a topside triangle around Thompson's body.
A double submission here.
He can get the Kimura and the triangle if he wanted to. He gives up the triangle to see him sitting on top, but this Kimura is in so much trouble right now.
Thompson is a strong guy, though.
Yeah,
it's harder than normal to get this on a guy like Thompson at 264.
Yeah, he's a guy that's going to be able to power his way out of it, but Yoshida's so technical, it's going to be very difficult. Oh, he gave it up.
He gave it up. Single leg takedown attempt by Thompson, not fully there. We hit the halfway mark of this first round.
Wow, great overhand right by Thompson, but didn't seem to do any damage to Yoshida. Oh, that one did. Oh, put him on his butt.
On the ground and stomps on him.
Yoshida's a little hurt here. He's a little hurt, but he's got to hold this ankle. He can roll himself into a knee bar. Thompson needs to get his ankle back and get his knee on the ground to stop this.
That last Thompson right stung, no doubt about it.
He can't sit here. He did a great job. You saw Yoshida fly backwards, power and punching at the same time.
Why is he not picking up the momentum?
What is Thompson's sitting over here right now for the knee bar himself? Looks like that time when they were close to starting to pay off a little bit.
Changing fortunes here at a rather quick pace between Thompson and Yoshida.
Now Thompson just needs he's a little low on the leg. Yeah, he had to give it up. He's a little low. The knee was out. But you're right, Robert. That was almost a finishing position.
Well, Thompson lets it go, as Yoshida did a few minutes ago. Seems like we're somewhat back to square one here in this fight.
It's starting to become an even fight again, although the longer it sits on the ground, the more advantage Yoshida has. A position that he's so comfortable with, all his years of judo, all the years of rolling around doing newas on the ground.
Now Thompson goes after him, and Yoshida falling out of the ring, and Thompson gets a left stomp on him. Yoshida seems to be okay.
A little tired, no worse for the wear though. There's so many judges and officials on the edges making sure everyone's okay. Basically, he got pushed on the ring. Thompson kind of pushed him out of the ring. We might see a yellow card coming in here. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens because once the guy gets in a position like that, he's supposed to stop.
Look how slow Yoshida is to get up. And the corner of Thompson is yelling for this fight to be over. It's like a stall tactic here to catch some of his wind back, huh?
Yoshida is a...
Oh, another left by Thompson. lands it. Yoshida looks like he's in trouble. Another left. There's 4 straight lefts to the head of Hidehiko Yoshida.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble right here. Yoshida's got to spin himself off the rope and get this to the ground as quickly as possible.
Thompson's corner so excited, the officials have to get him back down on their
jeez.
stools. And Yoshida falls into the corner.
Another knee.
Thompson.
He's starting to have his way with him.
And Thompson is just making a punch back out of the head of Yoshida. Tie clinch, going for the knee. Yoshida gets out of that, but takes another left. How much can this guy take?
He hasn't dropped yet, other than that one. So this is amazing. He's still on his feet. Both guys are exhausted.
And Thompson's throwing him. Here's a guy that's gotten wind in the pass. There's a leg right to the head. 2 of them in a row. Yoshida barely standing up. Trig, I don't think he knows where he is. Falls to the ground. This one might be almost over.
He's definitely hurt. Pass the guard real quick. He'll be okay.
Well, Thompson going in tight for a few strikes, and his head appears to be just outside.
Thompson's going to get very close. He gets very close. He could get a disqualification here. He called stop 3 times, and he kept on going.
Will Yoshida get back to his feet? Trig, I don't think he's getting back to his feet.
They're just trying to square him up enough just to get started again. No, there they go, the restart. Yoshida's in a lot of trouble here.
But Yoshida looked like he was in trouble from taking all those knees. Now he takes a few rights down low, and Thompson gets on top of him, and here he goes. He might just count away. This fight's over. James Thompson wins.
Wow, this is a huge upset. A huge upset for James Thompson. Oh my gosh.
Yoshida is a huge celebrity here in Japan. Commercial endorsements, everything. Olympic medals.
This is such a big upset for Yoshida to get beat like this. I can't believe that Thompson was able to pull this off. And he's exhausted. But his fruition for him to stay in this fight and keep pushing the pace. He was getting rocked. He went after it. Yoshida was just exhausted. How good is this for James Thompson? I can't even tell you.
This guy
because it puts him back on the map.
Right. This guy used to be a debt collector back in England, and he said to us a couple days ago he never wants to go back to that job. And by the looks of this fight, I think he's in pretty good shape here, Trey.
He doesn't have to. I mean, it's amazing. A guy that comes away, he basically got knocked out by Fujita. His record in Pride was very, 3-2. He almost went 3-3 tonight, and he comes back, and now he's at 4-2 in Pride Fighting Championships and 13-5 overall. But now he actually gets to go ahead, and he's on the map now with the Japanese public because he beat one of their local heroes. This is incredible.
And he's the guy. I'm sorry.
This is such a turn of fortune, such a reversal of fortune for James. He was really a guy that was like a great fighter, kind of always comes around, but now he beat a guy like Yoshida. This is incredible.
And take a look at the replay here, Trick. Take us through what happened.
This is right here at the end of the fight. He's already dropped a bunch of knees on him in this side position when he got the restart. Immediately went to mount. It was basically what happened is that Yoshida was just so tired, he couldn't intelligently defend himself. So now they have to go ahead and stop the fight before there's any more damage. This is one of the things that's really important when you fight in Pride Fighting Championships. The reason why we are the leading fighting champion company in the world is because safety for the fighters is rule number 1. And Yoshida couldn't intelligently defend himself. He had to step in and stop it.
And Yoshida still can't make his way to his feet.
They're bringing him out of the ring right now. They're gonna slide him out and get him. It looks like he's gonna get ready to get up here in a minute. I think he's more tired than injured, and that's one of the toughest things is that when you do fight a guy that's 44 pounds heavier, it is difficult.
Let's go back to James Thompson for just a second here. 3-2, now 4-2 in his Pride fighting career. A guy that doesn't make a lot of excuses when he loses fights.
That's right.
And you know who he has to answer to the most had he lost this fight? His 8-year-old daughter, Amber. He said she gives him the most grief out of anyone.
Yeah, so anytime he loses, it's always Amber that's always all over him. So it's always a situation where you don't want to be in front of it. And this is one of those one of those things when they started to push him out. This is where it stopped. This is the beginning where Yoshida was tired. They pushed him out of the ring.
And Thompson, here if we look at the replay, came close to losing this fight by throwing an extra blow when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, exactly. It is very, very, very troublesome to realize that that he's here. And this is the thing is that you need to stop. You see the ref, you see the judges, everyone's stepping in to stop it. And Thompson comes in right here and throws a foot stomp when the ref is already trying to stop it. He's clearly outside the ropes. This is something that you have to stop. You can't maintain and continue to go through. I'm very surprised that I think the refs missed it because that technically should have stopped the fight right there with disqualification.
A happy walk back for James Thompson and company. His judo coach, Wesley Murch. His wrestling coach, Saeed Smiley, and his Thai boxing coach, Charlie Joseph. A happy night for them here in Saitama.
James getting some well wishes from the fans as they're walking out. They're trying to get...
is he biting someone's hat?
he is a little... The Megapunk is a little crazy after a win.
The Megapunk flipped a switch when he clapped those gloves together.
Up championships.
He's the most vicious fighter in all of MMA.
Stop, another stop, and he is finished!
31 wins.
Big left hook by Silva!
21 knockouts.
Michael Jackson has been knocked out!
Pride's middleweight champion, Vanderlei Silva, is coming to America.
And now, he snipes him again!
Live from the Thomas and Mack Center, Las Vegas. Pride 33. Vanderlei Silva. Premiering February 24th on pay-per-view.
判定の結果をお伝えします。ジャッジ三宅ノゲイラ、ジャッジ小林ジューシ、ジャッジ足立ジューシ、勝者ジョシバーネ。
My opponent, you know, he's got a lot of excuses and he bitches a lot. But you're not going to hear that out of me. So, you know, I'm just saying that I got a job to do and someone needs their ass beat.
He was just lucky, you know, that day about this position. He's a good fighter. I respect him. He's a good fighter. But I'm going to finish him.
I think Nogueira is delusional if he thinks he won that fight. And, you know, he's supposed to be the greatest ground technician and tactician in the world of MMA. The greatest of all. And yet I beat him on the ground. I had him trying to get out of more submissions, and his version of winning is laying on top of me, you know, hit me about as hard as he hits himself when the lights are off. So I don't know how this guy thinks that he beat me.
Yeah, of course I'm upset about this loss because I know how much I train, you know, for. And I'm pretty much confident about myself. I'm better than him. And I'm gonna prove that in this rematch.
The whole goal is take him out. There's no decisions, no, you know what? He can make all the excuses if he wants after he wakes up. No one's gonna care what he has to say then.
Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, 28-4-1 in MMA, 16-4 in Pride. Minotauro stands 6'3", 231 pounds at 30 years old. Josh Barnett in the red corner, 20-4 in MMA in Pride, 5-3. He stands 6'2", 258 pounds, just 1 year younger than Nogueira at 29 years of age. Trig, can we expect the unexpected in this fight between these two guys?
There is no unexpected in this fight. Everything can happen. Punching, striking, takedowns. The whole game is going to happen right here.
You say Nogueira is the best chin out there. Let's see if we find out.
Ready, fight!
There's the bell.
I don't think there's been much of a filling out period between these two guys. We'll definitely go after it relatively quickly.
Barnett won the last fight by split decision. Nogueira didn't agree, but respected the judge's decision. This is his chance at revenge at the baby-faced assassin.
Both guys have got great stand-up, although Nogueira's got a little bit better, I think, in the stand-up. But the thing is that he doesn't transition out of it. He can punch, but then he doesn't transition out of it. When Josh will transition from a punching, all of a sudden he realizes it's not connecting or working, he'll take you down.
Quick strike by Barnett.
I guess there is I misspoke earlier. I said there wasn't going to be much of a filling out period, and I lied. Both guys are taking it. Oh, Josh with a nice overhand right, threw it down the pipe. Nice.
You talked earlier, Trey, about the toughness of Nogueira. Toughest fighter you think in MMA by far.
Yeah, well, the reason why I think he's so tough is because he takes a beating. And that's not a great attribute. That word that I can't really say right now. Yeah, that word.
Good job out of you.
He's really a guy that you can just literally beat the crap out of. You can just beat him up. Just beat him up, and then all of a sudden he pulls an armbar on. He did it against Krokop. he was basically, you know, turning the tide, getting himself back in that fight, and then, you know, Krokop was beat him up the first round. He came back in the second round and started beating Krokop up and then armbar him. Same thing against Bob Sapp. He was getting just completely crushed. The armbars Bob Sapp. I mean, he's just amazing. Whoa! Oh, nice overhand right by Josh.
Josh with a quick right again, and another. Nogueira trying to counter with a few. It didn't look like he got any of Barnett.
No, he didn't. Barnett's got a great head motion right now, moving out of the way.
Another quick swing by Barnett. His hands are in good position to defend the knees coming from Nogueira, Trig.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and he's moving his head a lot more. This is the first time I've seen Josh use this much head motion in his boxing game. Whoa! Oh my gosh, that body blow. Jeez, it sounds like he slapped him in the stomach when he punched him.
We've seen a little bit of that tonight in Shockwave 2006.
Looks like Nogueira's already bleeding a little bit on that eye.
Nogueira going to try to use the standing skills tonight to knock Barnett out and not even let this go to a decision. Are you surprised these two fighters haven't made their way to the ground yet?
I'm a little bit, because both guys, well, as we say that, Nogueira's stepping in from a pretty bad takedown. But both guys are really ground specialists. They should really try to stick to their best attribute. But I think in the first fight, they both realize how good the other man is at the ground game and think, attack him at their weak spot. Their weak spot is striking. Unfortunately, their weak spot is striking as well.
Nogueira landed a quick one just a few seconds ago on Barnett, and another there. They don't seem to be registering with Barnett.
Honestly, you know, Barnett's hands seem to be a lot faster, and he's not as phased by any of the striking that he's getting hit with. He tends to be just out of range.
And Barnett's using that quick right. They're coming in fast at Nogueira.
You know,
looks like he has a lot of time to defend him.
Well, he not only doesn't have enough time to defend him, but he doesn't really see him coming because Josh is throwing him from a very strange angle. His right hand isn't a traditional right, straight right off his shoulder. It kind of comes from his hip a little bit.
Barnett, Trig, after 3.5 minutes here, fighting his 8th fight in 14 months, doesn't look like he's really fatigued just now.
No, not at all. And what the one thing I was worried about is overall fatigue from the long, grueling matches he's had. But now the thing that's happening is that he's had a lot more experience than anybody else is competing at in the last year. He knows definitely his ringmanship, how to control where the pace of the fight goes. When he needs a rest, he knows where to get it.
We've seen with other fighters, when they don't have a lot of time to train, when their conditioning's not best, it shows up early and it shows up often. Not the case here with Josh.
No, not with Josh. Josh is one of those guys.
Now as we work towards the halfway point of this first round, Nogueira trying a few knees. The further this fight goes, the more it benefits Nogueira, in your opinion, right, Trig?
It's actually, both guys are pretty good cardio machines. This actually, the further it goes, it's going to be the guy that took the more damage earlier. It's going to benefit the other man. So we're going to see what happens here in the next 5 minutes or so.
See the red color on the face and upper body of Barnett. That's not indicative of the punches he's taken. Just a fair-skinned guy to begin with. I don't think Nogueira's really done too much damage to Barnett to this point.
No, he's really kind of missed most of the things that are throwing. I mean, everything's getting blocked. If he is hitting it, it's a glancing blow. It's not a straight punch like Barnett actually hit on Nogueira. Oh, great leg kick. Barnett
takes another inside leg kick from Nogueira, and we're at the halfway point of this first round. Trig, we haven't seen the ground yet.
I'm very surprised at that, honestly. I'm really surprised. I thought by now somebody would have took it to the ground.
Barnett's head caught between the legs of Nogueira. He's going to try to lift him. Looks like he's got him in the air.
Oh, geez.
And down goes Nogueira there.
Nice body slam.
Barnett's on top of him.
Now that's
How about
great.
that right arm of Barnett?
Well, guys, just so you know, that's it. Oh, geez, he's lighting his knees in there. Nogueira's got to move. He can't stay here.
You see the blood on the left thigh of Barnett.
Yes, Nogueira got cut
to
early.
The head of Nogueira.
Yeah, he got cut. Nogueira got cut earlier, so that's blood from an original cut. But that, just to get back a quick minute to that big throw, there's a lot of people that like to do those big slams or what have you. Most of the slams, you know how to land right, don't do any damage to you. They're great for the crowd, they're great for the judges, but really in the pace of the fight, they really don't do much damage. Nogueira knows how to land. I don't think that did any damage to Nogueira at all.
How about the makeup of the surface?
You know what? Sometimes this is a new canvas. They just rebuilt this ring because the Pride actually has 2 rings now. The other ring is in Caesars, at Caesars Palace. Getting ready for our Thomas and Mack event, and this is a new canvas, so it could be a little bit different than the other ones. Nice push out by Nogueira to get back to guard.
First time they're on the ground tonight. Took them over 5 minutes for both fighters to make their way to the canvas.
Yeah, and really, Josh did a great job picking them up and slamming them down.
Oh wow! By Barnett.
Nice.
And he got him.
Yeah, he stopped him right in the head. Yeah. Oh, nice reversal. Jeez.
Was going for a choke.
Nice reversal. Great job. Great sweep by Nogueira. Good job, getting his hips underneath him and putting him apart. He's got a hold of his head, but there's no damage there. As you see, it pops out. Nice half guard game. Josh has a pretty decent half guard game from the bottom, so it's going to be interesting to see if Nogueira can strike or not from here.
A left lands to the head of Barnett. This is the first time we're seeing consistent offense here from Nogueira.
Yeah, a lot of it has been defensive, kind of backing off. Josh was just too slick on his feet tonight. At least at this stage of the game. We'll see what happens if we get further along it. Now Nogueira is definitely trying to put a little bigger pace on, trying to push along a little bit more.
3 minutes remaining in the opening round here between Barnett and Nogueira. A 3-round fight between heavyweights.
And I got to be honest with you, these heavyweights really aren't heavyweights. They don't move like heavyweights. They move like middleweights. 183-pounders.
Barnett at 258, Nogueira at 231.
Nogueira's got some good positions. Josh is doing a great job of defending. See, he's got that hook with his right hand, so Nogueira can't punch him. He's always clipping inside the biceps so he can't get hit.
A quick strike by Nogueira. Lands at the head of Barnett. He's got the left hand on his chin, trying to set him up to drop that right on him.
He's doing a good job of controlling Josh's head where he can't move it around.
Nogueira trying to swing in tight.
Josh going for a little bit of a sweep here, trying to swing back up and through. He's got one hand caught right now underneath, so you can see his hand cut underneath there, underneath Nogueira's body. Posture up.
Nogueira trying to get the left free.
Have you noticed
Barnett defending well?
Yeah, he threw 4 punches, Robbie, and only 1 hit. So Josh did a really good job from defending underneath, but Nogueira's starting to pick him apart a little bit.
Just above a minute and a half remaining in the opening round here. It seems like Josh controlled the first 5 minutes of the pace of this round. It's been Nogueira the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's a split. Now it's a split. You know, there's another minute and a half or so. They're doing a good job of Nogueira's doing a good job of controlling now.
Barnett, he's defending these strikes well from Nogueira. It seems like Nogueira's a good position to deliver them, but Barnett right there to defend him.
And it's one of the things, too, that with a lot of Josh's experience and his athletic ability, that he knows there's a good sense of how not to get hit, how to stay the babyface assassin, because, you know, babyface doesn't have many scars on his face. He definitely knows how not to get hit. And he shows it no matter what position he's in. He's always looking to maintain the posture of not getting beat down, not getting ground and pounded.
Got the nickname babyface at the ripe young age of 21 years old.
He told me that you could still lick his whiskers off, put a cat can lick his whiskers off with milk on his face at 21.
45 seconds remaining in the opening round. I don't know what you say to that.
Now you just take it and accept it.
Both guys on the ground here. Just north of 30 seconds remaining in the opening round between Barnett and Nogueira. Barnett, a top 5 heavyweight, as is his opponent, Nogueira.
This really is the battle for #1 position, #1 contendership within Pride Fighting Championships. This is really the guy that wins this is going to be able to battle out to Fedor.
Now they're slugging it out a little bit with 10 seconds remaining in the opening round. Barnett trying to get separate so we can throw a couple haymakers at him.
Both missed, though. Nogueira's doing a good job now boxing and weaving. You know, really? Okay, let's look at the criteria real quick and take a look at it.
Yep.
After they finished the fight by KO submission, neither one really did that. Damage given to the opponent. Well, you know, really you have to give it to Josh because Nogueira's got a cut. Effective striking and ground control. Well, the striking went to Josh, but the ground control went to Nogueira, so it's still even. Takedown defense. The one takedown was really done by Josh. We did a big power bomb, but then he got rolled over. So that's also Josh. Aggressiveness really is Josh. So at this point, Josh has a slight edge going to the second round. But remember, it's not a round-by-round thing that happens here in Pride Fighting Championship. It's judged by the entire fight. All 3 rounds get judged in its entirety. So right now, it's still early.
Take a look at numbers for just a second here. Josh Barnett, of his 24 fights, only 3 have gone to decision. For Nogueira, just 11 of his 33.
Great power bomb. Just lifted up Josh, lifted up Nogueira. Josh turned around and dropped down. Typical wrestling style. Did a great job. Just got back down to that up kick. You know, really missed Nogueira. Comes to his foot stop and just barely misses. Great job by Nogueira to just get his head out of the way.
Really doesn't do any damage, does it, when he just grazes him?
No, not really. You got to have a full-on head stop is what does the damage. And here, if you notice, all these punches really are missing. Josh is doing a great job of defending, but in the judge's mind, they may not see the vantage point that we have. They may not see that the fact that it's missing. They don't get a chance to look at a replay of the judges. They miss everything.
Nogueira with an outstanding chin. Seems to be living up to that reputation through the first round tonight.
So far, yeah, so far he's doing a great job. If I'm each guy's corner, I'm gonna tell him, Josh, keep it on your feet, keep banging them out, keep using those hand skills, keep swinging on them a little bit more. If I'm Nogueira, get it to the ground as quickly as possible. Start using that ground and pound you were using. Keep him on the ground and beat him up. Let's see what their corners are telling them, and hopefully we'll see how the adjustments are made.
Josh's nose seems to be bleeding pretty good here.
Oh, yep, there it goes. Yeah, it's bleeding. They haven't even started yet. It's still bleeding.
It's already
again.
dripping. The round hasn't even started. What's that from? One of his Nogueira's punches?
I'm not sure. I didn't see it because it didn't bleed till later, so I'm not real sure where it came from. But, oh, wow. They're swinging right away. Nogueira stepping in heavy and hard. See?
Trying to take him down with the right left in the second round here, just 30 seconds in.
You can see Eric Paulson's head right there sitting right between Josh's legs. That's his corner guy, Eric Paulson, and Josh Barnett's girlfriend and manager, Shannon, sitting right next to him.
My nose.
Stitch Duran also in the corner of Barnett.
My nose. My nose.
Oh, they're giving. I guess Josh got hit a little bit, a little low blow. Needs a second to recover for himself.
You see the official. What kind of bloody nose do to Barnett here? How does that affect the fight?
Well, you know what happens? Blood is sticky. It's a sticky surface, so as it spreads around and gets on, it'll start making it easier for submissions. And you can also get blood into your opponent's eyes, which will slow him down a little bit. But also remember, it's your blood. It's coming out of your body. Depending on how you're affected by your own blood, it could put a piece of desperation into Josh. It can make him make a mistake, or it could make him calm and let him know that he's in a fight and in a battle and be okay.
There's a knee from Nogueira. Barnett shakes his head. Does that mean it didn't land?
No, I mean it landed, and he's just shaking it off. That's the #1 sign you know that you hit a guy clean is when he starts shaking his head no at you.
The kick right to the midsection of Nogueira. Couple slow lefts from Barnett don't hit their target. Neither does that kick. Minute and a half in the round two between Nogueira and Barnett.
Nogueira's done a much better job this time on his feet. He's starting to move his head a little bit. Starting to pick up Josh. Oh, geez, but he got covered that right by Josh. He's starting a better job of moving. Get his head out of the way.
And we're seeing that trademark toughness from Nogueira. Taking punches, doesn't seem fazed by him.
That right stung Nogueira, and he came right back with the left, or with the right of his own, but it missed. He's starting to get rattled a little bit.
Trick, a lot more stand-up in this fight, yeah?
Yeah, didn't think it'd be, like I said earlier in the first fight, I don't think it was going to happen that much. But, obviously it's both guys have realized to beat their opponent, they got time out a little bit on their feet. Get a guy tired on his feet, then you take him down.
It took them more than 5 minutes into the first round to make their way to the ground. They pretty much spent the entire final 5 minutes on the ground in the first round.
Well, we're getting ready in the second round right now to get in the halfway point, and it looks like we're about to go to the ground right now. So, indicative of the first round. Oh, great job by Josh to roll it over and get on top again. Geez, the first round, they spent half the time on top and bottom. The second round, it's now looking that way again.
There's a couple hammer strikes from Barnett. They hit their target, the left side of Nogueira's face.
Barnett's doing a much better job now, making sure he's on top in a good, stronger position. Before he's content to be in a scramble, now he's going to maintain and hold.
He's closed guard here. 3 minutes into round two.
Barnett should posture up a little bit. He needs to get his head up, push away a little bit, start to straighten down.
Timeout called. Look at that blood.
Little mask, little makeup on the face. It's okay. It's all from the same nose cuts just been spreading around. I gotta be honest with you. I think it's a lot of snot too.
A mixture of blood and snot, you just said.
Yep, I sure did. That's what happens when you hit the face. Hey, I just said that Josh is really good. I didn't say he was pretty about how he fights.
He didn't want to spend any time in the corner getting his win back. He wants to go right back at him.
Like I said, one of Josh's best things is he's so athletic, but he also comes in great cardio shape, so he always wants to push the pace. He doesn't want to sit still. He's sitting in the corner in between, waiting for something to happen, then the other guy's getting a break too.
Now Nogueira lands a 1-2 on him. Are these affecting Barnett?
Yeah, they're going to start taking a toll here now because Nogueira's starting to get inside.
And the longer this fight goes on, the further it falls in favor of Nogueira, right, Trig?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, I take that back. Not absolutely. The longer this fight goes, really, both guys are in great cardio shape. So really, it's not. It's the guy who's going to take the most damage early. That's what's going to happen. Nogueira's punching seems to get better the more tired he gets. The further he gets in, he seems to get a little bit better at striking.
50 seconds remaining in round 2. Barnett just ducks under one, but takes a knee in the process.
Wow, he's starting to slow down a little bit, Barnett is, but he's still throwing his punching. He's still staying in there, but he's starting to slow down a little bit. He's starting to eat a couple more punches.
And Barnett's starting to work the body a little bit as he takes a little of his blood.
Oh, jeez, that knee. Oh, it's number 2. He jumped in with 2 knees. Oh, man. Josh is starting to slow down because he's starting to take a little bit of punishment to his head, but nice shot.
Well, he shoots at him and ducked under. Nogueira. Looks like Nogueira's finding that rhythm on his feet here.
Well, it seems like Nogueira's kind of like a couple other fighters I know that the further it goes in the fight, the better their hands get. They're not thinking about it; they're just throwing it. At the beginning of the fight, they're thinking about where they're going to throw their hands, and they're not really letting things just fly. When you finally get into the ring, you finally get in here and start to fight, you can't think about anything. You just have to go back to your training, just let things snap out there, let things go. And if you're thinking about it, oh, I got to throw a 1-2, I got to throw a 1-2-3, they're not going to come off. You just got to throw the flow, go with the flow. We see Stitch Duran sitting in the corner. You can see his hands, man, his little mustache. One of the best cut guys in the business. Josh flies him over. Josh and him have been together for 6 years. Josh flies him over every time that he fights from America as well to take care of him in the corner. So if anybody's going to take care of that nose of his, it's definitely going to be Stitch.
Well, after the first round, you gave a slight edge to Barnett. How do you feel after 2 rounds?
It's anybody's game right now. It's too close to call, honestly. After 15 minutes of fighting, it's a toss-up. Really, it's a toss-up.
You think Barnett's corner is telling him to take this fight to the ground as you take us through this replay?
You know, I'm not really sure because Josh has potential like this where he gets the leg in there. You know, he's starting to bang Nogueira out a little bit. But also in the reverse, Nogueira was starting to catch Josh a little bit as well. He's starting to hit him a little bit more. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough call because Nogueira's the guy, you see that left hook pop its way through. Nogueira's the guy that no matter where the position is, no matter where the fight is, he can still be game the fight. You know, it's very questionable. You know, Stitch is giving him directions in the corner about his nose, what he has to do with it. Definitely trying to get the blood to stop flowing.
Well, we talked in the open and we talked earlier this fight about Barnett fighting here for the 8th time in 14 months. Might we see his mettle tested here as this fight goes to round 3?
If he's going to have a problem, if there's going to be a problem with these 8 fights in the 14 months, it's going to be in this round, absolutely, in this 3rd round. But I got to be honest with you, the way Josh is moving, how he's doing things, it's not from the multitude of fights. I actually think the multitude of fights have helped him prepare for this fight. I think what's happening is that he is taking a little bit of damage from Nogueira, and that's the problem.
Both these guys with their sights set on Pride 33, the second coming, February 24th at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. Neither of these guys wants to go in with a loss on their record. Another loss, I should say.
You know, I think we might see one of these 2 guys, not both of them in February, but not sure yet. Card hasn't been quite set, but yeah, definitely get ready for the second coming. It's going to be action-packed. You know, Barnett fought the first time out there, and Nogueira desperately wants to fight out there this time.
Quick right by Barnett hits Nogueira. You see a little saliva fly out of his mouth.
That's not good because it means his jaw's open. It's a good way to get knocked out. Got to keep those teeth clenched when you're out there in the striking game. You know what? I wonder if we might see a rematch of these guys. If Nogueira wins, we could see a rubber match at some point. Oh, geez. Oh, great job.
Now, Josh just shook his head again. Those ones hurt, didn't they?
Yeah. Every time a guy shakes his head, I do it myself. Whenever I get hit, I shake it off. But, you know, it's the first sign you know you hit a guy. He's just trying to shake it off, telling you it doesn't mean anything. Just trying to sell it. Just trying to sell the fact it doesn't hurt.
Are Barnett's hands a little bit lower here in the 3rd round than they have been?
Yeah, they are a little bit lower. Part of it's due to fatigue, but part of it's too he's a little bit more confident in his hand game. So he's going to let him be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit lower in the game. He keeps sliding in with that body shot, that jab to the body. He's getting that right to the body. He needs to start doing it a little bit more. It was working for him so well in the first round.
Barnett looked like he got a little low on that last punch.
Yeah, it might have, but didn't affect Nogueira at all. Oh, great. Another body shot by Barnett. Both guys are starting to swing a little bit more, a little bit better at their punching. Finding their targets. Oh, wow.
Now they're going right for the head. Both guys landed a few there. Now Barnett keeps working that body.
Needs to come up top. He's going to hit the body low, come up top with the head. Go body, head, body, head.
If he misses one low on the body, is he leaving himself susceptible up top?
Yeah.
Now Barnett's taking a flurry. Here comes a knee. I don't know if he's defending him.
Yeah, he's
defending himself well here from these knees.
Good. There we go. Nogueira, but he's caught in the front choke. And Josh is tough at this game.
His strength going to come through here?
Nogueira's got this thing in here tight. Or Barnett has this thing in here tight. Nogueira's in trouble.
There's the hands. Takes his hand
in trouble.
Off the mat. Trying to use his feet to work his way out of it. What does he have to do? Now the legs wrap around him.
High. Nogueira's in a lot of trouble here. He's in a lot of trouble in this position. He's coming. He's trying to pop out. His head's popping out. His head's popping. Oh my God! I can't believe he got out of that.
How did he do that?
That was the tightest front choke I've ever seen in the best position, and Nogueira just willed his way out of that position. Technique didn't come into a factor. Strength didn't come into a factor. He willed his way out of that position. That is amazing that Nogueira got out of it. There's no way he should have got out of that position.
What's Barnett's mental state right now that Nogueira just slipped out of a choke like that?
And as tight as that was, it's one of Josh's best submissions. That's going to break you a little bit. It's really going to put you out a little bit when you think about it. I had this guy in his tight submission. He popped out, and now he's punching me in the head again.
Under 2 minutes remaining in this fight. Nogueira's in Barnett's open guard. Nogueira goes to the body a few times. Now he closed up. Josh did.
Josh did a great job for striking for the bottom. You don't see much of that anymore from guys in the bottom, but they're still trying to punch. Most guys in the bottom are trying to survive. He's not surviving. He's trying to continue the offense.
Barnett gets a better grip with the legs. Nogueira seems to be in too tight. It seems like he can't get those arms extended to land any punches with authority.
No, he really needs to sit up and start to control his guard game, start to try to pass a little bit. There you go. As I say it, ask for it and they shall do it. But the problem is that a guy like Josh gets right back to his feet.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute left. Trey, quickly, strategy for each guy here the rest of the way.
Nogueira needs to get this back to the ground and get a little ground and pound. Josh needs to back out and try to start getting a little striking on.
You see Nogueira, he's looking right at his corner, taking instructions, look directly at his guys in the eye.
Oh, he's got the Kimura. He slid out of it. Good defense by Nogueira to end up on top.
How much does this hurt Barnett in the scoring? That Nogueira
right into a
out
triangle. I'm sorry, Robbie. I thought he turned right into a triangle. You know, it depends because it's only 10 or 15 seconds of a full 20-minute fight. So it's still, you got to worry about what's going on and what guys are doing. The thing is about Josh is he's still working on the bottom. He's still moving. He's never stopping at all. And the thing about Nogueira is that he's working. He's always working as well. So it's too close to call at this point.
Well, the bell's about to go off. There it is. And once again, Barnett and Nogueira go to decision, Trig.
Yeah, I mean, both these guys are tough. These aren't guys you're going to finish very easily. It's going to be very difficult. If there's an edge to be given, you know, it's really going to be tough, man. And, you know, the one time I picked against Josh Barnett, I thought Mark Hunt was going to beat him, and I was completely wrong, and he just completely crushed Hunt. As you see some of these strikes coming through and peppering through his body, and you know, it's the thing with Josh is that he adapted and he positioned himself. As you see how tight this front choke is as he sets it in. His leg is so high, it's so deep around his throat. You can see Nogueira's chin underneath. That's how deep it is. It's in his chin. And then he fights and just has to will his way out of it and finally just pops his head out of it. He's just that tough. He's just such a tough guy. The thing about Josh is he learns while he's in there. He learns how to fix it and how to defend himself out of all this positioning.
Back in September in the Openweight Grand Prix, it was a 2-1 split decision in favor of Barnett. Nogueira disagreed. Let's see how this one shakes out.
Very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very close. It's too close for me to call it. You know, I can definitely see either guy. I can definitely see this being a split decision. or I can see it being a draw. I can absolutely see this being a draw.
What's going through their heads right now?
Holy crap, I hope I hear a lot more of my name called than his name.
How much anxiety does a guy have right now?
Not
standing there.
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of done. It's out of your hands. Nothing you can really do about it. Wow, this is taking a really long time for them to make the decision. I'm kind of interested to see what they have to say.
Nogueira. Nogueira gets revenge by unanimous decision, defeats Barnett 1-1 against one another, Trig.
I gotta tell you what, I'm really interested in seeing another match. I was getting a good look at the back of Stitch Duran's shirt, see a little trigonomics on the back of it right there, nice little logo pop. Gotta thank Stitch always for wearing my logo whenever he comes over to Japan. Can't blame the kid, he's a great guy. But you know, I really want to see these guys fight again. I could definitely see a rubber match happen sometime this year. I'm really interested in seeing these guys work it out.
Is it too tight to have this rematch in February in Las Vegas between the American Barnett and the Brazilian Nogueira?
Too close to making that, have that happen.
One fighter you will see at Pride 33, the second coming. The middleweight champion Vanderlei Silva will defend his belt in a 5-round title fight February 24th. Tickets go on sale January 6th. Get them by phone at 866-US-FIGHT or online at pridefc.com.
Don't forget, at pridefc.com, all your DVDs, all your T-shirts, any merchandise you want. This is the thing that people didn't understand. Before Pride came, you didn't get to see what real elite MMA fighters were all about. When Pride finally came to America back in October, as you see here at the end of the fight, these knees that Josh did a great job of defending the knees as they came through here, but it just wasn't to happen tonight for Josh. Nogueira does a great job finally finding his positions on Josh's head later in the fight. The first real deal in Las Vegas, Nevada back in October was amazing. It was, it was just a show to be seen. People finally got a chance to see what real fighters get to fight. What I've always said is that the thing about Pride is it's a place that you bring your whole family. It's entertainment from the very first to the very end. It's something that you want to bring your wife, you want to bring your kids, you want to bring your girlfriend, you want to bring your brother, your sister. It's something that you want to bring the whole family to because you're entertained. You're not going to have to worry about, you know, people throwing beer on you or people booing and all that stuff. It's a higher class crowd. We're blue collar guys that are just happy about watching such a great competition go off. And that's what happened when Pride came to America the first time.
How big a win is this for Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira?
Well, you know what? Now there's not a definitive number 2 in Pride Fighting Championships. Either Barnett or Nogueira could have a shot at Fedor if Fedor wins tonight, later on this evening. So it's definitely a question of what's going to happen within the heavyweight division of Pride Fighting Championships. And now with James Thompson winning, you know, there's a possibility of having other guys that get thrown into the heavyweight division now. This is a big thing. And plus with Nogueira, because he is with the Brazilian top team, it puts the Brazilian top team now back on the map again. Not again, but with another one of their stars back on top, because you know, when you have 2 of the best fighting organizations in the world or fight teams in the world in Brazilian top team and Shoot the Box 3 hours apart down in Brazil, every time they have a guy, one of their heroes, one of their main stars win, it's huge for the academy and for themselves.
Nogueira gets revenge, defeats Barnett by unanimous decision.
He's the most vicious fighter in all of MMA.
Stop! Another stop! Idiot! Finish!
31 wins. 21 knockouts. Pride's middleweight champion, Vanderlei Silva, is coming to America. Live from the Thomas and Mack Center, Las Vegas. Pride 33. Vanderlei Silva. Premiering February 24th on pay-per-view.
He is the best. He's undefeated. I mean, his striking game and his ground game is the best. So that's why he's the best. So there is no hype behind that. He's the shit. So.
Я не загадываю на бой.
We'll have to see how this fight goes. But if I can win by submission, I will. If I can choke him out, I will. If not, I will knock him out.
Maybe his chin is the only thing I think I can see as a weakness. Well, that's the only weakness I think I can see, you know. I mean, he's pretty strong everywhere else, you know, so.
Well, I'm glad that Mark Hunt was actually able to find my weakness. What I'd like to say to Mark Hunt is, I wish you success. And I'm definitely looking for an exciting fight with you tonight. This will definitely be a battle and a test for both of us. And finally, Mark Hunt, Happy New Year to you.
Please stand for the New Zealand national anthem.
続きましてエミリア・エンコヒョードル選手の母国ロシア国歌の吹奏です。
Please remain standing for the Russian national anthem.
There's the challenger in the blue corner, Mark Hunt, 5-2 in MMA, 5-2 in Pride, stands 5'10", 290 pounds, 32 years old. His opponent?
104.7 kilo, Pride heavyweight champion,
You just heard it, the heavyweight champion Fedor Emelianenko, 24-1 in Pride, 13-0, a native of Russia, stands 6 feet, 233 pounds. He's 30 years of age.
Don't let that record of Mark Hunt fool you, that 5'2". He spent a lot of years kickboxing, a lot of years in other organizations kickboxing. He has over 60 or 75, between 60 and 70 matches in kickboxing alone. A lot of ring experience.
Trey, give us a quick scouting report here. Hunt's best chance to win this game?
Hit him with a left hook, knock him down. Knock him out. Fedor's, take him down, submit him.
Fedor, not your typical, not the typical look of a heavyweight champion.
Ready, go!
Here we go, the heavyweight title bout. The prize in mixed martial arts, the heavyweight title belt on the line right here. Mark Hunt trying to get his hands on it.
It's interesting, too, that there's more than a 22-pound weight difference. And Fedor is beating the lighter man, had the option of whether or not to allow 4-point attacks while on the ground. He said yes. So Mark will be able to knee and kick and strike to the head of Fedor if he's on the ground, which actually is an advantage for Fedor, believe it or not, because he's better on the ground.
Very quick strike by Hunt. Fedor a little red on the right side of his head there. That one really landed, didn't seem like it.
No, it didn't land. I think that redness was actually from before when he came in. It might have happened in warming up.
Hunt with an uppercut. Doesn't get him. Fedor got a handle on both arms, trying to bring him down. He does. Fedor's got him up top. Is Hunt in early trouble here, Trig?
Yeah, he's full mounted already. This is the beginning of the end right now. And unless Hunt somehow can get himself back up to his feet, he's in a lot of trouble right here.
And Fedor's a guy with
armbar. Here comes the armbar.
Here comes the
armbar. He missed the head. He's okay. Hunt's okay right now. He's got to keep that leg off his head. Fedor, when he swung, he didn't get his leg over his head. He has to get the leg over. He's trying to sneak it in now. Now he's going to get it. Hunt's got to keep his head from getting caught in here. If he keep his head out, he'll be okay. Now he's going to keep his arm bent. Keep his hands locked. See how Hunt has his hands locked, so Fedor can't extend his arm out. He's doing a good job of it. Thus far, it's going to be tough because this is Fedor's best position. He's very sneaky under here. He knows a lot of positions of how to pull this arm apart. Hunt can't worry about striking or anything in this position. He needs to worry about defense, keeping his arm in and trying to get out. Any knee strikes, any kind of striking here is going to be a detriment.
Is Fedor a much stronger guy than Hunt?
You know what? He's not a much stronger guy than Hunt if we're talking about bench pressing and squatting, but this position, oh, his arm is extended. This might be over. This could be it right here.
For Hunt.
Oh, nice step up. Oh, my gosh. He's doing a great job. He's okay. He's doing all right. Good counter. Oh, my gosh. Great counter.
How did he do that?
Holy crap. I can't believe he got out of that one. Fedor is the best armbar practitioner in the world right now at this. He's submitted 4 or 5 different guys in that same position, and for Hunt to get out of there is incredible.
Some early big confidence for Hunt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Taking on Fedor's best position and getting out of it. Now he's on top for a good ground and pound.
How often do you see Fedor in this position? Not very often, do you?
I don't think I've ever seen Fedor in this position. Side mounted by somebody else on the bottom. I don't think I can be honest with you. I can't my instant memory remember or recollect any time that Fedor's been in this spot. Wow, great job. Great job by Mark Hunt. That's absolutely amazing.
It looks like he's gaining a little bit of confidence here. Kind of look on his face a little bit. Doesn't really have a look of fear, if you will, like most opponents do when they face Fedor.
Well, Hunt is such a great competitor, and he's been competing for so long. Like I said, he did a lot of kickboxing before this. That he's a guy that's not gonna get rattled. Hunt's not, and Fedor's just so stoic. He never gets shaken ever.
A lot of people didn't give Hunt a shot with Fedor on the ground. And here he is, and escaped an early armbar.
Well, you know what? I've been in fights where I was a 4-1 underdog, and people didn't give me any shots at all. And I TKO guys in the second round, and the same thing with Hunt. It's the reason why we have the fights, man. Just because, you know, all the color guys and all the professionals say that, hey, this is how it's going to go. It doesn't necessarily work that way. I didn't give Hunt a chance on the ground either with Fedor. When he got mounted, I thought it was completely over, and here we are. We're still in the fight.
Does Mark want to get this game back to the feet?
You know, you would think so, but you got to remember, Mark is also carrying, I'm not sure my math skills right here, he's carrying, you know, 30 extra pounds over Fedor, so as a result, he's weighing on him. He's making Fedor carry his weight, which is very, very difficult for anybody to maintain that weight, and then when it eventually does go back to the feet, Hunt will be able to land a couple of more strikes to the head.
Now, granted, Hunt's been able to stay alive here in the early going, but is he getting too confident by staying on the ground this long?
Yeah, he at this point now, Fedor's starting to catch his wrist and what have you. He needs to get back up if he can. But he's in a position now. He's got
Fedor on his knees. Oh, he's getting him now. He lands one on Fedor.
Oh, back of the head, back of the head. They had to stop it.
Fedor's a little mad now. You see a little blood dripping.
Well, you know, the thing is, though, remember, sometimes mad is good, sometimes mad is bad.
Looked like Hunt landed one there.
That right landed, but that hook missed. And here's Mark's stepping him with his head down.
Comes a knee from Fedor. Corner from Hunt yelling short jabs, short jabs.
He doesn't want to overextending himself because Fedor's so good at the takedown.
There it is one.
Wow, this is the second time that Mark's been on top of the takedown. So the takedown game is actually being won by Hunt right now, which is unbelievable.
almost halfway through the first round here. The heavyweight title bout between Fedor and the challenger, Mark Hunt.
I gotta be honest with you, right now it's halfway through this. I think Fedor's losing this bout.
Like a little shaken up here.
A little bit. Oh, Mark's going for Americana. Shut up. He's got the key lock locked up. He's got it locked up. There's
no way Fedor's gonna tap out.
No, he can't. There's no. This can't happen. Oh my gosh. He had it locked in. I can't believe that Fedor got out of that. I'm surprised that Mark's actually taking. He's got that much confidence where he's actually stepping into everything.
How close is Hunt here?
You know what?
He's going for it again. He's going for it again. Trick, what does he have to do?
He's got to pack this wrist. He's got to bring it closer to the body. It's too far away from Fedor's shoulder. Bring that wrist tighter in, pack it. He's got to bring it in tighter and then start swinging it. Fedor's okay though. It doesn't look like you can't tell by looking at his face. He never shows whether he's in pain or not.
Pot shots to Hunt's left ribs. I don't think they're affecting him. He's got a little bit of padding there.
Wow, he just had to let it go. He didn't feel like he was close, even though he really was close. If Hunt gets out of this first round, this will be further than anybody ever gave him any kind of hope that he would ever make with the champ.
So win or lose the rest of the way for Mark Hunt.
He's fully mounted.
A heck of a show.
He fully stepped into full mount. This is great. Hunt's doing a great job, but now he's in a position in a place he's not sure of.
Behind him. Now they get back up to their feet. Here comes Fedor. Oh, with a big left, but he misses.
Good sambo throw by Fedor. You remember though, Mark Hunt is such an agile, quick heavyweight that's hard to take him down to the ground. And that's what so far that's what's doing. It's all defense. Every time they go down to the ground, it's defense on Hunt's part. Is keeping Fedor from ending up on top.
They hit the canvas again, separate. Like they're starting from scratch again here, Trig. 3 minutes remaining in the opening round.
Now Fedor's stepping it up. He's definitely.
He looks mad.
Yeah, he's pissed off now. He's definitely stepping it up. He's going to start. There he goes.
Oh,
now
there goes Hunt to the ground.
Got the twist takedown. He's in half guard. And in a minute here, he's going to push the hand down. He's going to push down that far hand. He's going to step across. It's a much better fight than I would have given it hope for, because Hunt's so agile on the ground.
How's Hunt's conditioning right now? Where does that come into play?
Hunt's always for his body type. He doesn't look like he'd be in great shape, but he's actually always in really good shape.
Fedor seems to be wearing down a little bit tonight. Something you don't usually see out of the champ.
You know, he's carrying an extra 30 or 40 pounds on top of him as he tries to lock up.
Look at the arm.
He's trying to pull in this.
He's trying to get that arm behind Hunt.
There he goes. He's got to pull. Now, so can you see how the wrist is away from his body? He's got to pull this wrist in tight to his body to make it work. When it's that far out, it's not going to work as well. But Fedor's going to get it up. Fedor has this little trick where he slides it all the way up, and then he pulls the wrist in at the last minute, and that's what makes guys tap out.
He's trying to get it.
That's
now
it.
He's getting close.
He's tapping out.
It's over. Fedor hangs on to the heavyweight title bout. Mark Hunt taps out at 8:16 of round one. Fedor remains the heavyweight champion in Pride Fighting Championships. Here comes the confetti. Here comes the celebration. What a night this has been, Frank Trigg.
Well, I'm really impressed with the way Mark Hunt fought. He did a great job. Absolutely amazing. And for Fedor to take that kind of beating and be in that kind of position where he was just pushed off, this is the reason why I say that Fedor is heads and shoulders ahead of every other heavyweight in the world. The reason why that he makes the Pride Fighting Championships heavyweight division, because there is no other heavyweight in the world that can contain with him.
So Hunt goes down after putting up a valiant fight with Fedor. Last 8 minutes, 16 seconds.
He did a great job.
Most people thought he would last.
Yeah, I know. They never thought it was anywhere close. He caught him in a great Kimura, and it was amazing on the position that he caught him in, because he took his time, he packed it. He was in a lot of trouble. He found the space, he's found the position, and found a way to Hunt to come back and make it work.
So Hunt gets caught in the Kimura, and the trophy for once again defending his heavyweight title belt, coming the way of Fedor Emelianenko.
Wow, look at this
Mark
position.
Hunt, look at Hunt.
You can see how far back this position got pushed, and then he came back to it again, and see how he's got the wrist out, and he's really twisting that elbow up. It's a shoulder position. It doesn't hurt the elbow. It's actually tearing his rotator cuff on his shoulder. That's the submission. It's one of the best ones. That Fedor does it better than anybody else around.
Mark Hunt, the first person from the Oceania to fight for the Pride heavyweight belt. Didn't disappoint his people tonight, did he, Trig?
No, not at all. He's only had 8 matches in MMA, even though he's had a ton of kickboxing matches. But his matches in MMA have come fast and furious. He's had a bunch of tough guys he had to compete against. And he's doing an incredible job.
And now for some of the pageantry surrounding Pride Fighting Championships. There you see Josh Barnett giving Fedor a hug, congratulating him on his victory. Fedor now 25-1, 14-0 in Pride, undefeated. Can anybody beat this guy?
Nobody to date. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there give him a tough go. I think Josh Barnett has a really good shot because he can strike with him on his feet, but he's also going to do the submissions. And, you know, I mean, you know, it's going to be somebody from Pride is the only one that could beat him. And it's the only way it's going to happen. And if it's not Barnett, then Nogueira is the only other one right now that even has a shot. There's nobody else around that could possibly come close to him at this point.
Fedor taking the trophy, taking some flowers, a couple handshakes. Going to be a pleasant ride back to Russia for Fedor.
All 37.5 million hours he has to. You have to understand how Fedor gets there. He has to fly. If I'm correct, he has to fly all the way into St. Petersburg, Moscow. He has to fly into Moscow.
He's on a train for 12-hour train ride he takes after that. Are
after
you kidding
Moscow,
me?
yeah. This is the heavyweight champ of the world. He takes a 12-hour train ride after he lands in Moscow. That's incredible.
Mr. Takada. Fedor taking congratulations for successfully defending his belt. A few more formal words.
You have to forgive us, ladies and gentlemen. Our interpreter actually got called away, so it's taking us a second to get it pulled in.
Fedor, a very humble man in victory. Not a flashy guy, not a showy guy. He just goes about his business. There's his wife right there, Oksana, 7-year-old daughter Marcia, also here tonight. Doesn't get a lot of free time with his family, and when he does, spends it with them. And obviously took them here for the trip to Japan.
His daughter's in the crowd as well.
Mr. Sakigabara, there's the prize, Trig. How good does that feel, having that belt strapped around your waist?
I don't know.
You would know.
I'll never. Well, I've had a couple belts, but not a heavyweight belt. I'm fat, but I ain't that fat.
You've worn a few belts in your time.
Yeah, a couple. Got a new shiny one sitting on my wall right now. Just picked up a couple weeks ago.
Fedor bowing to the crowd after taking the Pride Heavyweight Championship belt from Mr. Sakigabara.
President of Pride Fighting Championships. And really, you know, it's incredible how Fedor, even in victory, still, you know, is the most humble guy and has crushed all the competition. Hunt, you'll definitely have Hunt back again for sure in Pride Fighting Championship.
Well, Trick, it's been a lot of fun here tonight at Saitama Super Arena in Shockwave 2006. Guess what? Pride next hits American soil February 24th at the Thomas and Mack Center. What a 2006 this has been for Pride Fighting Championships. What are you looking forward to most, Trig, in 2007?
You know, Vanderlei Silva's going to be defending his belt out in Las Vegas in February. The expansion of Pride into America, having 3 events, possibly more in the United States. What has happened with Pride, I mean, there's rumors abound about what goes on with Pride. I'm telling you right now, the expansion is on. We are full bore. We're looking forward to expanding and increasing our share in America. We're looking to increase our share here in Japan. And it's going to be, if you think I'm making it up, if you think that Pride is not going to expand, come February 24th at the Thomas & Mack Center, Las Vegas, Nevada. See what Pride Fighting Championships is all about. Tickets go on sale January 6th. You'll have a shot to see everything up close and personal, and you will see why I am so passionate about this sport and why Pride, I feel, is the biggest and best MMA company in the world, and why we carry the elite fighters.
Get those tickets online at pridefc.com or by phone at 866-US-FIGHT. That's 866-US-FIGHT, or online at pridefc.com. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here, Trig. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for having me here in Saitama Super Arena. It's been a great time calling these fights, watching Fedor defend his title. Takanori Gomi with a big win. Boy, it's been a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to 2007.
Every time I get a chance to see Barnett fight, Nogueira fight, Ishida fight, Gomi fight, I love watching Fedor fight every time he goes off. It was a great night for me. Robbie, thanks for having me.
Our thanks to all of you for tuning in. Also, thanks to Jerry Millen, Frank Merritt behind the scenes making this broadcast possible. And we wish all of you a very happy and safe 2007. Good night from Cy Thomas Super Arena.